Okay, decided to jump on 5 minutes earlier than usual, so yeah, I'll wait for people to show up because it says there's no one waiting for me. So, hello, is there anyone in here? Make yourself known, please. I need to turn on my light. Please, someone show up. Please. I know there's two people in here now. One of them's probably me, but who are you? Who are you? Angel of Death. It's you again. Hello, man. How are you? You're doing good? That's great. Well, apparently there's no one in the chat right now. I hope people show up. So, what has been going on, Angel of Death? What has been happening in your life recently? Besides taking souls. Nothing you'd really like to discuss? Okay. Well, this is apparently a Marvel stream because, please God, I'm not talking about Ben 10 today. Like, it seems like all people want from me is to discuss Ben 10, and that's not what I'm here about today. Oh, we got 3 people in the chat now. Make yourself known in the chat, please. We've proven we can make a chat run on 3 people. We did it last time. I'm fine with that. Yeah, you're probably the only one of my subscribers who's not a massive Ben 10 fan. What? Gotta find a way of getting the people up because there's only one person in here right now, and that's you, Angel of Death. We need more people. How did it go at Comic-Con? Did you meet Tara Strong? That Comic-Con is not until the 13th of May, and Tara Strong has cancelled, so she's not going anymore. Yeah, so she's cancelled on us. She's not going anymore. Anyone who's pre-ordered a ticket is getting a refund, but she's not there. So, yeah, I won't be getting Tara Strong's autograph anytime soon. Just wanted to ask if you have seen Avatar Last Airbender and Avatar... No, I have not. I've not seen Avatar Last Airbender or Legend of Korra. It is on my list, though, to watch. I've got a lot of stuff on my list that I'd want to watch. Those 2 shows are definitely on there. So this isn't very exciting, is it? No, it's not very exciting when there's only one person in the chat. It's not. I'm more than happy to have a conversation with you, Angel of Death, but I feel like we need more people to keep it going. Yeah, this is kind of crap. Seems that all anyone wants to talk about with me is Ben fucking 10. Yeah, seems that's all people want from me. People keep tuning in every now and then, but then they leave straight after. So please stick around to whoever's just shown up. Because we need to get it going. We need to ramp it up a little bit. Come on. I can tell you just the thing about Ben 10. What is that? What is that, Angel of Death? What's just the thing about Ben 10? Not the thing. I just said one thing. What's the one thing about Ben 10, Angel? What is it? Tell me. Even though it has yet to be seen, it shows it was actually known ever since the original series. The Ghost Freak does actually have a real name. Fair enough. Zusker. Nice. You know, considering you said you're not a Ben 10 fan, you knew something I didn't. Come on, let's get the chat going, people. Let's get it going. There's 3 of you in here now. I want to know your questions. You came here for a chat or to observe a chat, but if you came here for a chat, please, let's chat. Because we've been going 8 minutes now, and I've only been discussing. Oh, nope, they're gone. They're gone again. I haven't seen all of Benson Overwatch. I didn't really love it as a whole. Okay. May not be for everyone. Come on, people. Let's get it going. Because this is turning into a bit of a demoralizing thing right now. Next reaction coming up, and what do I think it will be? What is my next reaction coming up? I'm currently watching The Mandalorian season 3. I'll be posting reviews about every episode for that. My reactions will be going on Patreon because that's where all my Disney Plus stuff goes. But yeah, I've got to catch up on a lot of the Disney Plus stuff like She-Hulk, Bad Batch, Mandalorian, Andor. Now Star Wars Visions is coming out as well, so I need to catch up on that. Tales of the Jedi, I've got to finish that. What is the first thing on? What do you mean by that? What is the first thing on your that you mentioned before? Are you talking about my list of like things that I want to see? Yeah. First thing on my list I want to see. I do want to finish off the DC animated universe, like the animated Batman series, animated Superman. What else? People are asking me to rewatch Spectacular Spider-Man, even though I've already seen it, but I would gladly do a reaction to that show. It was fantastic. What else? There's a lot of stuff. It's one of those things where you're like, I know it's a lot of stuff, but trying to name it off my head, I'm blanking a little bit. But I remember thinking it was a lot when I last thought about what I want to see. I must say, Angel, you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job of trying to keep this going. You're doing a good job because we're limping right now. So, respect to you. A lot of respect goes to you, my friend. Come on, Angel, you're carrying this stream right now. And movie on the next shot, Justice League and Justice League Limited. And the movie's set in that universe. Yes, it's a big, very expanded universe. It will take me a long time to finish it. It's a big commitment. Come on, people, I can see 3 of you in the chat. Let's chat. Oh, no, one just left. Angel of Death is carrying this stream right now. He's carrying this. Come on, people. Let's have a chat. I was gonna ask you, Angel, what you think I should watch, but I already know because you said it before. Avatar and Legend of Korra. Read Sins of Sinister. I don't read a lot of comics, to be honest. I want to read the Ultimate Spider-Man run by Brian Michael Bendis. I do want to read that because I remember playing the game and thinking it was amazing. I know it's not like directly related to that, but I do want to read it because apparently it's the best Spider-Man run of all time, and I love Spider-Man. Feels very 2000s. I have no problem with that. I have absolutely no problem with it feeling 2000s. I've got no issue with that. I believe I've got the first volume of it in my box down there. So I need to read it. Let's go. 3 people in the chat. What have you got to say? Who told you Ultimate Spider-Man is the best Spider-Man run? I just hear a lot of people saying like even the bad ones are very good. Like like when I hear like when I hear like what's the best Spider-Man run, a lot of people recommend Ultimate Spider-Man, and it gets recommended to me more than anything else. So. And plus, I hear that it goes all the way from his origin all the way to his death. So it's like the full story of that version of Spider-Man. And it's very rare that a comic book run can do that. Tell you the beginning, middle, and the end of a character, all by one writer as well. Come on, people. Let's talk. Let's talk. There's 3 of you here right now. Please. Angel of Death is about to become the MVP of all my subscribers. It's not the best, okay. What would you say is the best? What would you say is the best run? The new Guardians movie. I haven't. I need to catch up on a lot of the MCU. I haven't watched Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. I haven't watched She-Hulk. I haven't watched Ant-Man the Wasp. I haven't watched Guardians 3. So there's a lot I need to catch up on. I don't know why I tried to make this a Marvel stream, because clearly I'm not up to date. I just realised you're the first person to comment on this chat that's not Angel of Death. Oh, there's someone else here who wants to talk. We've been going for 17 minutes now, and you're the first person besides Angel of Death to talk. Let's keep it going. Hopefully we can get on a trend here. Because we're limping. We are seriously limping right now. It depends on who you're asking at what period they started reading. For me, my favourite is Dan Slott run. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I do want to read the New 52 Flash run as well, because I hear that's very good. I hear New 52 Batman has a lot of high points, especially with the Court of Owls. Have you got anything else to say? Kikus? I don't know how to pronounce your name. Is it Kikus? What have you got to say? And I know there's 3 of you in here. Who are you, mystery person, besides Angel of Death and Kikus? Who are you? Make yourself known to me. I want to talk to you. I want to have a conversation. Like whoever, there you are. There you are. There you are. There you are. Mystery person number 3. Volume 3 is awesome. I haven't seen it yet. What is your favorite Marvel movie? Ooh. Favorite Marvel movie is obviously going to be an MCU movie, because that makes almost all of the best Marvel films. You know what? It's a movie that I'm always in the mood to watch. My favorite Marvel movie might be Captain America: Winter Soldier. I can watch that movie on repeat. I love it so much. I could constantly watch that film. Oh, I forgot I was a mod here. Yes, you are a mod here. New 52, no, that's ancient history. They've rebooted twice since then. You know what? I did start when they announced DC Rebirth. I did start on a lot of that. Like I was trying to buy every comic of it until it got too much. Take my advice if you want to start and go with Dawn of DC. That just started. Okay, you guys are talking about DC, yeah. Stream acting like. Well, I was going to talk about Marvel, but no one showed up. So, have you seen Spectacular Spider-Man? Yes, I have seen Spectacular Spider-Man, and even though I watch it, a lot of people still recommend it to me to watch, even though I've already seen it. But I will do a rewatch if that's what people want. Easily number one is either Logan or Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Yeah. Those two are very good. Very good shouts for best Marvel film. And they're both by Sony as well. Who would have thought that? I started by reading Longbow Hunters, but I'm only reading Green Arrow. Fair enough. You've become a big Green Arrow fan, haven't you? Or were you always a big Green Arrow fan? Oh, yeah, Sony. What? Fox. Why did I think that? But yeah, both your favorite Marvel movies, and neither of them are by Disney and the MCU. That's interesting. A lot of people would say the MCU makes the best Marvel content, but clearly you don't think so. I can't believe I did that. Saying that Logan was by Sony. I can't believe I did that. I just blanked for a second. Ooh, 4 people here now. A new high. Oh, it's lagging again. Maybe it's just me. I'll refresh the page. Okay. I'll have to edit the title and thumbnail of this thing, because it's not turning into a very Marvel chat, is it? I think it's good. I hope your problems are solved. How's the stream for everyone? How is the stream for everyone? Up until now, I've not asked, but then again, up until about 5 minutes ago, I only had one person in my chat. Thoughts on Guardians 3? I haven't watched it. Quiver. I haven't watched it yet. I haven't watched it, so I can't say. And no spoilers, please. Excited for any projects in the next 5 years? Is that just Marvel? I'm very curious about what's going to go on with Deadpool, with Hugh Jackman returning as Wolverine. I'm very excited about that. Have I read any Moon Knight comics? No, I haven't. Favorite Spider-Man version, games, movies, etc. Ooh, oi. Spectacular Spider-Man is great. Spectacular Spider-Man is very great. That's the one that comes to mind. Currently, Green Arrow by Joshua Crimson is really awesome, and we'll have 12 issues. Recommend it if you want, but you want its actual Green Arrow, not the CW one. That is completely fine with me. I got out of the theatre a few hours ago, and I think Guardians 3 might be in my top 5 favorite Marvel movies. It was so good. That is a very high standard. That's very good. I read Logical Order, getting close to the return of Oliver Queen in the quiver. I will eventually read Dawn of DC Green Arrow. Okay. I think I read the first 2 arcs of DC Rebirth Green Arrow. I think I read the first 2 arcs of that. Where he's dealing with Emiko in the Ninth Circle. What is your take on James Gunn starting a new DC universe? I am so happy. Archer Assassin. I am so happy about it. Are you a James Gunn hater? Please tell me you're not, because I cannot stand those people who are saying that James Gunn is ruining DC and stuff like that. No, he's trying to save it, and just because he's not bringing back an actor that people wanted, people are raining shit on him for it, and I hate it. I love that James Gunn is doing this. Yes, he is brilliant. He is. He's an insanely creative guy. Do you prefer the Guardians or the Suicide Squad? You know what? Probably Guardians, just because I'm not into all that blood, guts, and gore stuff. But I do appreciate that he did that. Anything done with DC and go with Superman for stars? It's great. Okay. Yeah, so that's my answer. I prefer his Guardians of the Galaxy because I'm not into all the blood and everything. But I do think he was like a perfect fit for Suicide Squad. He was a perfect choice of director for Suicide Squad. Very hopeful, specifically after hearing Guardians 3 praise. Yes, same. I've always like, from the second he was announced, I was thinking like, that is amazing. That was an amazing thing. I'm so happy that he's doing this. I did a reaction to that announcement he did of the slate, and I thought it was incredible. Some I thought like, ooh, why are you doing that? But then again, this is James Gunn. He's going to do what he wants, and he's going to come up with weird ideas. I will start reading some comics from the 80s if I were you. Lots of good stuff like the Death of Superman. You know what? The Death of Superman. I know it's not specifically accurate, but I saw the animated movie. Nightfall, Longbow Hunters, etc. I believe I bought Longbow Hunters, but I can't remember where it is now. As I said it before, but when you go back to I'll go back to the DCAU, I will be there day one. Thank you, Angel of Death. Thank you. I plan on getting back there soon. But like I said, it's a long commitment to do all that. And right now my schedule is kind of full with Ben 10, My Hero Academia, and Spider-Man, the animated series. I put the stream. Maybe it helps. Yeah. Okay. Oh boy. Thank you, Chris. What is my favourite Robin? My favourite Robin is Tim Drake, because I prefer Dick Grayson as Nightwing, and I prefer Jason Todd as Red Hood, and I can't stand Damian. He annoys me so much. So that, by process of elimination, that makes Tim Drake the best Robin, because I prefer Dick Grayson as Nightwing, and I prefer Jason Todd as Red Hood. None of those stories are from the 80s, they're all from the 90s. Did you see my Instagram DM? Oh yes, are you the one who's saying you're the one who was saying I should go live, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, you were the one who was saying I should go live. For what though? Damien, my favourite, not gonna lie. Fair enough. Favorite DC movie. I do love the Batman. I do love the new Batman. I love it. I really like Aquaman. I really like The Dark Knight. Talk about a discussion stream like this one. Yeah, fair enough. It took us a while to get going though. We're half an hour in. We're only at 4 people. For the first 20 minutes, Angel of Death was carrying this stream on his own. Oh, you're including animated movies as well. Of course, Mask of the Phantasm is phenomenal. Mask of the Phantasm is phenomenal. Batman Under the Red Hood is also incredibly good. DC just had its animation down to perfect. DC's animation has always been superior to Marvel's. You're right. Okay. New Flash movie looks amazing. Yes, it does. It does actually look amazing, and I'm very excited for it. I don't know if I'd go see it in cinema, but I definitely want to see it. Damien's the worst Robin. Yeah. Will OG with the OG Batman returning? Michael Keaton, yeah. I wouldn't say he was ever my favorite Batman because I think he was before my time. He was before my time. But I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that they brought him back. I know a lot of people that would have preferred Jason Todd had stayed dead because wasn't that decided by fans in like a vote, and he won by such a narrow margin that he would die, but then he came back. Thoughts on the Batman and Robin movie? What's that? I never heard of that one, Chris. What's that one? It's old, really. Who's my favourite Flash actor? Please say Grant Gustin. Well, I kind of have to, don't I? Because I'm not going to side with Ezra Miller. I think it's with Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy has never been in a movie. Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze, that never happened. Do you understand me, Chris? George Clooney as Batman, that didn't happen. It's all in your head. Never happened. It was a nightmare. You woke up from that nightmare and realised it doesn't exist. Do you understand? Because many felt it significantly undermined the emotional impact of his death. Yes, I get it. I get that it did that. Dick Grayson is 9 when Jason Todd is red. Damien is trash. So my favourite Robin's got to be Tim Drake. Yeah, true. Very true. Favourite Flash, easily Wally West. You're talking Michael Rosenbaum there? Because I do know Michael Rosenbaum played the Flash. I know that. Poison Ivy was in the 66 Batman movie, I think. Okay. I don't remember hearing that she was, but okay. You might be thinking of Catwoman. Yeah. Oh yeah. There you are. There you are, man. Tyler, there you are. You watched Apocalypse War? Yes. It is a brutal movie. I told you it was brutal. For those of you who don't know, Safi in the chat, that is Tyler, one of my mates. I was with him earlier today in town, and we were talking, and I told him that Apocalypse War is a brutal movie. DC Justice League Dark Apocalypse War, it's brutal, and I told him, and now he's watched it. Wasn't I was never in the Adam West Batman. No, she wasn't. You're thinking of Catwoman. Yeah, had no idea that happened. Yeah. It's a monster of a movie. It pulls no punches. Yes, she did. Tyler, she did. You've made Chris cry. It's funny that basically by the end of the DC animated universe, they made John Constantine the main character of that universe. Yeah, I've got my problems with that universe. Sometimes it just feels weird. Like, it's your last stand in this animated movie universe, and you make it a Justice League Dark film? Like, why? Yeah. Today's the day we earn our name as the Suicide Squad. Yes, that's such... There are a ton of good moments in it, but you're overshadowed by the trauma of what you've been seeing. You know, Batgirl. You know the Batgirl I bought? I noticed it doesn't have her boots painted. Yes, it doesn't. Neither does mine. You can see them all back there. Looks like all of them don't. Did you see the Constantine House of Mystery? No, I didn't. I didn't actually see that. I didn't actually see that Angel of Death. Just because when I looked at the animation, I thought it looks weird. Because apparently it's supposed to connect into like one of the continuities, but it just looks completely different. And I'm like, why change the way it looks? If you're in this continuity, keep it looking the same way. Don't change it. Because it's all produced by the same studio. Why have you changed the design of it? Seems we're talking more DC than Marvel. We're just talking DC and Marvel. We can talk DC and Marvel. I will change the title and the thumbnail of the video later on. But right now, let's just talk, because we're nearly 40 minutes in and we're limping along. What? House of Mystery is trash. I don't really hear anything about it. It's supposed to be Marvel, but I don't know how we got to DC. We got to DC because people just wanted to talk, and I was more than happy to accept any kind of conversation that was going on. Like, literally, when there's only like 2 people in the chat, I'm not going to tell one of them not to talk about a certain subject. I just want a conversation. Watch it because the change makes sense in the story. It also stars Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan is probably going to be Constantine until the end of time. I would not be surprised if James Gunn announced him as the Constantine of their universe. Because Matt Ryan as Constantine, it's almost up there with like the Ryan Reynolds Deadpool, the RDJ Tony Stark. It's almost up there. It's such a perfect casting. Have you seen that massive She-Hulk pop? You talking about this one? Is that what you're talking about, Tyler? The bigger one, it's huge. I think I have the extra large one. Favorite ice-based character: Mr. Freeze, Killer Frost, Cats, or Iceman. It's got to be Mr. Freeze. It's got to be Mr. Freeze. I don't really care about anyone else. Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Yes. So excited for his return. I don't know what hell York says. He's watching Deadpool 3. Yes, he probably will. He probably will. He just needs to see that first trailer or some promotional images, and he'll be watching it. He's gonna break. He's gonna break. For those of you who don't know, our friend York, he says he watched Guardians 3 a couple of days ago, and he says he's never doing an MCU movie ever again. He's done with the MCU. He's not doing it. He wanted Guardians 3 to be his last one. I know he's not going to hold out. He's going to watch Deadpool 3. Even though he says he's not going to, he will. He's going to break. You're 25 seconds behind. It doesn't matter. I want to talk to you either way. He's got Hugh Jackman and he's watching it. I don't think that's going to be the only thing. I think he's strong enough to resist just that. But I think once he sees a trailer or a clip, that's when he's going to start breaking. He's going to show cracks. What actors was I personally cast as the DC Trinity? Oh, you're interesting there. You know who I think would be a good Batman or Superman? He could play either one of them, and he's been in Marvel before, a Marvel TV show. For those of you who saw Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Brett Dalton, who played Agent Ward, Grant Ward, would make a fantastic Superman or Batman. But more specifically Batman, because they want to go younger with the Superman. So I'd say Brett Dalton as Batman. Glad I got this pop. Would be cool if all pops were taller like this and didn't have stubbly little legs. Yes, Tyler bought his first Funko Pop today, and he got the She-Hulk one that I just showed earlier, just because he likes the look of it. Yeah, you're gonna fall into a deep, dark hole, Tyler, if you're not careful. You're gonna fall into a deep, dark hole. Really hate the whole X-actor and X-part thing everyone does. You don't like fan casting, Angel? I'm guessing you don't like fan casting? A lot of people just find it fun and speculating. I bought them before I got my McFly in 2014. My most hated fan cast is the Chris Pratt Booster Gold. I hate that idea. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that idea either. I'm not a big fan of him as Booster Gold either. But then again, I think it'd be like a bit weird to cast him in such a close role again. But then again, James Gunn's never had a problem with that. He doesn't care if he starts casting people he's close to. Like, he's casted his brother and his wife in properties that he's done before, so yeah, it's gotten to the point where the actual actors are constantly asked about it nowadays. When you start harassing the actors about it, that's when it becomes a problem. But as long as people can just speculate, that Henry Cavill guy would be a good... Tyler, stop. Like, yes, I love Henry Cavill as Superman as well, but you've got to learn to let go. You've got to let go. Yes, I know you're crying about it. I was upset about it for a while as well, but you know what? Maybe there's still hope that maybe they'll sell the Snyderverse to Netflix or something. Maybe they'll continue the Snyderverse and maybe Henry Cavill gets to come back for that. We can hold out hope for that, but don't believe it's going to happen and don't expect Cavill to be coming back, because he won't. Straight up, don't. Overrated performance. I thought he was decent as Superman. I thought he didn't get a chance to perform as much as he could have. Henry Cavill as Lex Luthor. He'd be a better fit than Eisenberg. Yeah, he probably would. Henry Cavill was Superman. Sad he's gone, but we must move on. Yes, we do have to move on, unfortunately. And I don't want anyone blaming James Gunn for that, because it's not his fault. To be honest, I just like Henry Cavill from what I know as a person. Fair enough. If you know about any Warhammer, Tyler, you can wait for his appearance in a new Warhammer series that he's producing. And you could always wait till Witcher Season 3 to come out. But yeah, unfortunately, we must move on from Henry. As much as his time was wasted with constant studios bickering. Do you have the other shield pop, the one in the dress? No, I don't. I only usually I only buy one version of each character. And it's usually the one in the super suit. You hate the glitter on the dress. Fair enough. I don't want to be touching that shit either. Favorite MCU series, Archer? Okay. I thought Miss Marvel was very charming. I wouldn't say it's the best one. Wasn't that interested in WandaVision. I thought Captain America. I thought Falcon and Winter Soldier was decent. I liked it personally. I just pushed myself through What If, so it wouldn't be What If. What was the one after Falcon and Winter Soldier before What If? What was that? Daredevil. Daredevil is a fantastic series. The Netflix one, yes, that is an incredibly good shout. I did like Hawkeye. I do think the one problem with Hawkeye is Kate stole the show for him quite a lot of the time. Like, Kate Bishop was the star of that show. She overshadowed Renner a lot. Loki, yeah. Loki was decent, especially the last episode. Moon Knight, I don't know what I was expecting from Moon Knight. I was expecting a lot more badassery as opposed to Stephen Grant awkwardness. Personal favorite was Loki. Loki's decent. Yeah, Loki. When I think about it, Loki might be the best one. I do love Falcon Winter Soldier though. I've been playing Jedi Survivor tonight. It's shit. Okay, it's very good. Okay, fair enough. Henry Cavill played a character close to Injustice Superman than to actual Superman, but the fault lies on Snyder for writing him like that. Yes, true. But I believe Snyder had a vision of what he was trying to do. Unfortunately, yeah. The versions that Snyder wanted does not suit for a DC universe. The one you want to establish as like your universe. You don't have Superman like that. Snyder's stuff works when it's in its own little bubble and not trying to be the definitive DC universe. Really didn't care for Moon Knight, didn't care for the changes it made to the character or how little we got actual Moon Knight. Yeah, very true. I wasn't a fan of the whole Stephen Grant stuff. I don't see the correlation between Injustice suits and Snyder suits other than the future wasteland scenes. I think it's more the darker tone. Who's the best live action Superman, Christopher Reeves or Tyler Hoechlin? I don't really remember much of Christopher Reeves. Like I said, it's before my time, so I'm not really that. Either one is acceptable. Henry Cavill doesn't count since he never got to play real Superman. Fair enough. And I've seen very little of Tyler Hoechlin. I do plan on watching Superman and Lois. I've got season 1 on DVD, so I could watch it anytime I wanted. And I don't really have much memories of Christopher Reeves. Because once again, before my time, that was my mum's time. My mum has many memories of Christopher Reeves as Superman, not me. Snyder vs. Superman really sucked for the most part. They missed the mark and rushed his character. For example, the God Jesus kind of framing they did give him on BVS, him dying in the second movie. Yeah, I said this to Tyler earlier today. Like with BVS, they shot themselves in the foot with that movie so much. Like, okay, that movie. Since that movie's done, you can't do the Dark Knight Returns because you've done that. You can't do Death of Superman. You can't do Doomsday. You've ruined all three of those. You've ruined all three of those ideas in that one movie. So you shot yourself in the foot. And then you confirmed as well that Dick Grayson was the dead Robin. So you've shot yourself in the foot by not having Nightwing now. Like if you just said it was Jason Todd, you could have had a Red Hood thing later on. Demon Arshan, you're here. I think this is the first time you popped onto my streams, isn't it? Still don't see the colors. Yeah. I've seen the Snyder, but still don't see the correlation between Injustice Superman and Snyder Superman. It's like he's on his way there. He's not exactly there, but you could definitely see in Snyder Superman turning into Injustice Superman. Like I could see Cavill turning into that Superman. He's not there yet. Because in BVS they focus a lot on how Batman sees him, and Batman sees him as someone who could be the Injustice Superman, as opposed to, because that's the problem with BVS. It focuses a lot on how Batman sees him as opposed to who he actually is. So it creates that image. Not to mention that Snyder wanted Batman to have an affair with Lois Lane. Ooh, and for him to be the father of her son. You know, Billy Todd. I don't know if I'm in for that drama. I'm not into that drama. Yeah, I'm not here for that drama. The Snyderverse is a fucking mess anyway. Yes, it is. They messed it up early. Well, first off, he snaps Zod's neck in Man of Steel. Yeah. Then in BVS and Snyder Cut, we have the nightmare scenes, which are actually flashes of the future. I feel like he had a story to tell, but he got derailed a lot from it, both with problems with the studio and personal problems that he went through. He got derailed from his story, and then he had to try and find a way back to it, but never got to finish it. It just wasn't a good one. How do we know it wasn't a good one? We never saw the ending. We don't know if it was a good story or not, because we never saw the final part. It wasn't worth telling to begin with. We don't know that. We don't know Angel of Death. We don't. I can definitely see Injustice Suits in the future for sure. Yeah, because that a lot of BVS focuses on how Batman sees him, so that's why you get that idea. The beginning is bad enough. No ending could ever rotate that. Yeah, I don't know. I like Man of Steel. I like a lot of Man of Steel. But then when it got into BVS, you're thinking like, what are you trying to do here? thought it was like we were trying to keep up with Marvel at that point. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. That is exactly what it was. They were trying to catch up instead of just planning out a good story like the MCU did. Yeah, true. Very true. That is exactly what they were doing. They were trying to compensate from being behind. I like Man of Steel. They used to complain about how reckless Superman is, and he's literally leveling buildings and killing people. But the thing is, what do you expect when two gods are fighting? Yeah, like they say it. They say it themselves. The characters say it themselves just before he snaps Zod's neck. He tells him to stop, and then and Zod says never. Like he's never going to stop. Doesn't, and no human prison can possibly hold him. And any prison capable of holding a Kryptonian was destroyed when the ships were destroyed. So there is literally nothing on the planet that could hold Zod, and he would have just kept on killing. So in my mind, I just see no way Superman could have stopped Zod besides killing him, because there's nothing that could hold Zod. I know that I have to wait more than 10 movies to enjoy the cinematic universe, and I probably won't stick around long enough for that. I'm happy to just watch it. I'm happy to just keep going with superhero films. I wish they had made more grounded Superman stories there. They gazed over the more heartfelt story to jump to Zod and Doomsday and missed the mark real hard. Yeah. But then again, when you announce Zack Snyder as like the director, I expect nothing less than a giant scale show. When you announce Zack Snyder as a director, I'm expecting a spectacle. The whole superhero shouldn't kill stuff kind of bores me nowadays. Like if it's a justified kill, why not? It depends on who you do it with. It depends on who you do it with, and in what situation it is. Because the writers wrote it away. That is right. That is lead to. Okay. The Snyderverse had kryptonite. They could have used that. They could have tried to open a Phantom Zone portal. They could have used red sun radiation. Snyder really forced the situation into Superman. Yeah, I get that. Personally, wouldn't like Spider-Man. No, I definitely wouldn't like Spider-Man killing. But Superman, I don't really mind as long as kill for a good reason. Yeah, because he killed Zod to save that family, didn't he? In Man of Steel, Zod was about to kill his innocent family, and the Superman killed him to save them. So it's not like he did it out of cold blood. I like that scene. Yeah, and it's also has a bit of a layer to it because he realizes that he's just killed the last person who was like him. Like him and Zod were the last Kryptonians in the entire universe, and he's just killed them. So very few DC heroes should kill. Yeah, because a lot of people say that DC, because Marvel heroes, they're like people with the powers, the people trying to be heroes, whereas DC, they're the template of what a superhero should be. So they should be the ideal. Like Superman is like the ideal personified. Because that's not the character. That's if you don't really like a real character, you like a version of him. Anyway, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I was thinking like there was going to be an argument there, but thankfully everyone's nice here. I was just thinking like I was looking at the comment. I was looking at you bicker in the comments. I was like, oh, this is getting a bit tense. Like Red Hood, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Damian Wayne, Arsenal, and Green Arrow. Those I'm fine with killing. A lot of those make sense because, yeah, definitely Red Hood. Aquaman, I'm not sure. Wonder Woman makes sense because she was raised as a warrior, and warriors kill. Damian Wayne, trained by assassins, of course. Arsenal, not too sure about Arsenal. I'm not too sure about Green Arrow either. You're only getting that way. You're only getting that way, Quiver, because you saw season 1 of Arrow, and that's the best season. So you naturally you're going to feel that way. And not to mention, when you talk about a guy who can shoot arrows, of course they're going to kill people, or almost fatally injure them. Do we really have to still talk about the Snyderverse? Everything that we have said has been talked about to death. Yes, it has. But I just like conversation. I like discussing these ideas with you. I'm not the biggest Superman fan, so it makes sense for me not to really get the character in that regard. Probably why I like Man of Steel. I'm very curious about how they're going to do him in these new films because they're obviously taking like the iconic All-Star Superman story as inspiration. So I'm very interested in what they try to do. Look, Green Arrow killed the Longbow Hunters. Killed in the Longbow Hunters Volume 2. A lot of confirmed kills after 0 hour. Something around 23 kills. If comic Superman was in that situation with Zod and the family, what would he do? I have no idea. That's the reason why I don't disagree with him killing Zod, because I feel like maybe comics accurate Superman would do that as well. I don't know. Who do you think was good love interest for Oliver and Arrow? Listen, for season 1 and 2, I was all for Felicity. And I hated Laurel. But then they switched it around in season 3 and 4. Like they made Laurel the likable one, and Felicity the most hated character on screen ever for me. Like they made her so annoying, and then after what they did in season 4, I don't want to spoil it for anyone who's not seen Arrow here. Maybe there's only 2 people here, and I know that you've probably both seen Arrow, but just in case, after what they did in season 4, they really had no other choice but to do what they did. It's kill or beast killed situation. Like I don't expect Superman to kill pretty petty criminals and stuff, but in a situation like that, surely Superman would kill there. I think Sarah and Oliver worked well together. They did. I can't remember exactly why they broke up. I can't remember why. I mean, it is a bit awkward when you have Laurel right there as well. Season 4 really did Laurel dirty. They really developed the character only to. Yes, that's exactly what happens. I wouldn't even say they really developed a character. They just they gave her a story in the episode where it happens, and then it happens, and you're like, well, where did that come from, and why? Superman and Zod in a chokehold. He could have flew Zod up. Yeah, but then Zod just starts raining his heat vision down on the entire city, killing people. Yes, they will do more traditional hopeful Superman. So tired of the evil Superman by now. Yeah. Like, they try so much to try and integrate him to be more relatable, because a lot of people say that Superman is very cheesy, very old-fashioned. And so they've overdone the whole idea of trying to fit him into a more modern-day template. And maybe, to quote Phil Coulson, we might need a little old-fashioned. So that sounds like what they're going to do. There's a reason Superman as a character works and why he's undeniably essential to the world of comics is because he represents the hope and goodness within all of us. Yes. It's emotionally healthy hero and will never give up on us. I love Oliver and Dinah in Justice League Unlimited. I've seen clips every now and then of them two together, and I think, yeah, that's how it should be. Superman's extremely relatable. He just doesn't brew all the time. He doesn't have emotional baggage the size of Grand Canyon. Yeah, I agree with everything here. I agree with everything everyone is saying. Something I don't like about the DCU slate was that Batman is already well established. Yes, there is always going to be that temptation that I just want a universe like the MCU that tells all the characters' origins to present. It just tells their origins and it goes forward. I wanted year one. Yeah, same. Still can't get over the Flash. The movie or the series? I'm guessing you mean the series, the most recent episode of it. The scene we were talking about earlier. Yes, the scene we were talking about earlier. Incredible scene. And we're nearing the end of the 9-year run of The Flash. The Return of Olive Queen was great. It was great. It was very great. I didn't like that they had such a big age difference between Batman and Superman. And it sounds like they're going to do it again with the new universe, because obviously you're coming into a Superman who's younger for the new slate, and they're talking about a Batman who's been operating for at least 10 years if he's going to have a son with Talia al Ghul. So he's going to have been Batman for at least 10 years. So you're already going into a veteran Batman and a younger Superman. So, but I do kind of like the contrast between the idealistic rookie and the pessimistic veteran. So I want to see how they clash together. If they do a Justice League film, which I imagine they will. And when it comes, do we want a Watchtower or do we want a Hall of Justice? I'm going to say Watchtower because it's not been done. They will have a 4-year age difference. I want to see Batman and Superman best buddies. That'll be interesting. I still think at the moment the best DC universe is the movie animated universe, and I haven't even seen all of it. Yeah. I don't like its ending though. And like that entire universe, like Green Lantern doesn't get a single movie. Green Arrow and Black Canary are not even in it. Like the Teen Titans get more movies than Wonder Woman does, as in solo movies. Like the Teen Titans get 2 movies, or 3 movies. 3 movies? No, 2 movies. Versus Justice League and Judas Contract. So they have 2 movies, and Wonder Woman gets 1 movie. It's the beginning of always lackluster. Justice League War is exhausting in terms of its pace. Like it's just non-stop battling. Like bloody hell, give me a second to breathe. I do hope they do Jimmy Olsen in every media outside of animation. Yes, yeah, Jimmy Olsen was done dirty in DCEU. Nightwing got done dirty as well. A lot of characters got done dirty. Aquaman got done dirty. Hal Jordan done dirty. Jon Stewart done dirty. Superboy, Shazam, all screwed over. Oh yeah, Nathan just didn't care about Hal Jordan. Nathan Fillion as Hal Jordan. And Dominic Monaghan voiced Superboy. Rosario Dawson voiced Wonder Woman. To the screen time in all the Batman movies. You know what he did? Damian Wayne took a lot of the screen time away from Batman in those movies. He wouldn't be young. Okay, he'd just be younger than Henry Cavill's. I mean, in Man of Steel, Henry Cavill's Superman says he's been in there for 33 years. So if you're saying he's going to be younger than Henry Cavill's Superman, then I'm thinking like early 30s, late 20s. But I guess not. Just his version of Wonder Woman is my favourite version of her. Yeah, there can be debate on that. I feel like Nathan Fillion could have played a live-action version of Green Lantern when he was younger. Yes, he could have. That's the problem with a lot of this stuff. Sometimes people age, well, all the time people age, and they just pass by these characters. 10 years ago, yeah. Henry Cavill is going 40s now, so. I do want a bit for the new Superman. I do want a bit of a youthful energy to him, not like Spider-Man young, but a bit more idealism from him, a bit more naivety, a little. Hope he's wearing the red underwear over his pants. You can have that if you want. James Gunn is going to do that for you. Absolutely hated Wonder Woman in Justice League War. Ooh. Yeah, 10 years since Man of Steel. And they're ending it with Flashpoint this year. So the DCEU went on for 10 years. And it floundered for 6 of them, I think, or 7. That's 7 years of pain we've gone through for DC. It's time for some good stuff. Who do I want as the love interest for Spider-Man 4, Felicia or Gwen? I'll go with Felicia because it's not been done yet. I mean, yes, she was kind of in The Amazing Spider-Mans as Harry's assistant, but I'd like to see a Spider-Man Black Cat thing in the new movies. I'd like that. Gwen's already been done, both in the Tobey Maguire and in the Andrew Garfield. I feel like you need something different. And Felicia hasn't been done, so because Tobey Maguire had Mary Jane, Andrew had Gwen Stacy, Tom Holland has Michelle Jones, well, and possibly Felicia. So why not? Why not give him something different? The Tomorrowverse also did Hal Jordan dirty. They adapted Emerald Twilight and 0 Hour already. Okay. Felicia is my favourite love interest for Spider-Man. Fair enough. I want Black Cat and Spider-Man to be a thing. Best couple. Just so you know, Felicia is much different than the animated series. Toby had MJ and Gwen. He didn't really have Gwen, really. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about the time with Gwen in the Tobey Maguire stuff. I do. Samara Weaving as Black Cat. I have to look up Samara Weaving. The name is not familiar to me. I will have a look. You know what? Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. Yeah, I can definitely see that. I can definitely see that Quiver. No, not Quiver. Angel of Death. I can see that. Do you have any theories on how Venom appeared in Spider-Man: No Way Home? Well, he appeared. Well, apparently, from what I hear, I only hear this from other people. I have no theories of my own, other than fan service. But isn't the symbiote supposed to be like a multiversal organism? So it like knows all of its what all of the other symbiotes in the multiverse are doing. So say if I was a symbiote, like I'd know what a multiverse version of myself is doing right now, or have its knowledge. So because the symbiote from the Tobey Maguire universe knew that Spider-Man was Peter Parker, that's why the Venom came to Tom Holland's universe, also combined with the spell from Doctor Strange. That's the theory I hear, and that's the theory I pay attention to. But in terms of like what is the reason he's there, it's fan service. Thinking about it, the Tomorrowverse also screwed over Ryan Reynolds, giving his role to Jon Stewart. Because, yeah, that's also true. Sony might force Marvel, but then again, why would Sony force Marvel to include him? Because it's only giving Marvel more hype. Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that one, Angel of Death, because it doesn't serve Sony anything. It only serves Marvel. And from what I know, these companies they're always out for themselves. Like the only reason we have Spider-Man in the MCU is because Sony's getting a nice chunk of that money. I think Sony's desperate with their spider villains universe, but I personally don't give a damn about those movies. I liked the two Venom films. I still have not seen. I have no intention of seeing the Morbius film. They have wanted, yeah, Tom Hardy's Venom versus Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I want that. Even I want that. But and I'm upset that we'll probably never get it unless the Eddie Brock in the MCU looks exactly like Tom Hardy. Unless the Eddie Brock in the MCU is played by Tom Hardy also, that's not going to happen. And even then, you're not going to feel as attached to him as the Venom that we know. I can see a reason why Tom Hardy Venom would fight. I can't see a reason why Tom Hardy Venom would fight Tom Holland Spider-Man. Yeah, I suppose so. He's got no reason to fight him, but then that's what you tell in the movie where they actually fight. You tell the motivation there. Like he doesn't need a motivation to fight him right now. You just put him in a situation where he will need a motivation. Yeah. Yeah, Angel, like there's no reason for this Eddie Brock to go after Tom Holland's Spider-Man. There's no motivation. But then if you tell a movie about it, then you put the motivation in that movie and then you have the fight. Because that's what people I think people tend to forget that movies can be 2 hours long. You can tell a story in 2 hours. Like it's not like the whole movie is just the final fight. You tell the story and you give the motivation in the movie and then the fight happens. The Force fan series MCU is doing like Daredevil and Kingpin. I don't doubt they would just throw him in without any explanation, just say it's a different version with similar events. They could also do that, but I don't know. Like, yes, they are lacking in they're lacking in certain aspects right now, but I think they'd at least give a reason for bringing him in like that. I think even that is I think even that is a bit of too weak of a story for a character like Venom. Like, yes, they are lacking on a lot of stuff they're doing right now, but I feel like that's a bit too weak of a story, and even they'd notice that. And I have no problem with the fan service of Daredevil and Kingpin, because those two in their roles are amazing. And it's one of the best decisions that Marvel has made in the recent years to bring those two back. And I will be watching that Daredevil series when it comes out. Yes, Amazing Spider-Man did have Mary Jane as a deleted scene. Would have been more excited to see her and Andrew. I would have been excited to see him interact, but I think Andrew and Emma Stone played off each other so well. I think their chemistry was very good. Kingpin got done dirty in Hawkeye. Well, we don't know. He could come back. Like, maybe he wasn't treated as the threat he should have been, but it's not like he's done with. He's still going to come back. I know he's going to come back. Because the director Mark Webb handles relationships really great. Yeah. That's another reason why I would have been excited to see Amazing Spider-Man 3. I would have wanted to see how he handles all of this and how he tries to move on with his life. I have no doubt that if the third one would have come out, we would have seen Shailene Woodley play Mary Jane. We would have seen her. I wish they did a Ghost Rider R-rated movie. Listen, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 4 is the best Ghost Rider movie we ever got. And I am still heartbroken to this day that they cancelled his series. If Arrow and Hawkeye had to fight to the death, who would win? As much as I hate it, I'd probably say Hawkeye because he's a trained assassin. He's a military-trained assassin. So I'd say Hawkeye would probably win, only because he was trained that way. You know what? If you put them both on an island, if you put them both on Lian Yu, then Arrow is definitely winning that. But if you put them in a city or something, I'd say Hawkeye maybe. Right in the story, I feel confident they would have liked that MJ better than Kirsten Dunst. You don't have a high opinion of Kirsten Dunst, do you, Angel? Interesting. The comics and just members even think Green Arrow is met even because of his precision. Listen, as a DC fan, I want to say Green Arrow, but my initial instinct when you asked that question was Hawkeye because of his training. I don't like MJ in the Raymond film. She's so awful. Like, as a person, yes, when she starts going back and forth between Harry and Peter. I mean, out of the three of them, Harry, Peter, and MJ, I don't think any of them are innocent. None of them are innocent. Like, especially in Spider-Man 3 when Peter just kisses Gwen Stacy right on that stage and he knows MJ is watching. Or he forgets that MJ is watching. So Green Arrow is DC's second best archer, only losing to Arthur Merlin. But is he comics' best archer? Is he all of comics' best archer? That's the question. It's getting late. I think I'm going to leave now. You're leaving, Angel of Death. You were the first one here, and you, Angel of Death, you carried this stream for the first half hour. Thank you so much. You carried this stream for the first half hour. So thank you so much, Angel of Death. You are the MVP. You are an MVP. The MVP. Really. So thank you, Angel of Death, and good night. I think Green Arrow is better. Is his name on the TV show? Yes, Archer Assassin. Give Angel of Death that respect. He deserves it. Yes, Angel of Death, that is to you. I think we'll be ending this stream shortly. We're gonna stop at an hour and a half. So you got 2 more minutes. Any last questions? Say them now. I'll head out. See you later. See you, Tyler. See you another time, whenever that is. I think it'll be Liam's birthday. I'll see you then. Yeah, most likely. I'll see you then, Tyler. Just remember one last time. When do you think you'll get to Avatar Last Airbender, Legend of Korra, and the DCAU? I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. Because obviously with Ben 10 going on still, and with Ultimate Alien starting, there's also going to be Generator Rex on the horizon, because Ben 10 did a crossover with Generator Rex, so that is on the horizon as well. Favorite Arrow villain? It's between Deathstroke or Prometheus. It's one of the two. I'm going to say Prometheus. I'm going to say Prometheus is my favorite villain. So there's my answer for you, Archer. You'll get to Omniverse after Ultimate Alien. Yes, I will, but I don't know when that will be. But yeah. I want to thank everyone who's come here today, especially you, Angel of Death. You are, I've said it before, MVP. Well done to you for carrying you carried a third of this stream. You did that. A third of this stream, you carried it on your back. So well done, and good night to you all. Good night. 20-30 hour react to all of Ben 10. Most likely, but yeah, thank you all and good night. And that is all we've got for this stream. Until next time, we are over and out. Bye!